Hi, everybody. Hi, we were just talking about Yorma before, so that's a lovely little tune, isn't it? My name's Geoff Achison. I'll be with you for the next few minutes. Yes, I've got an accent because I'm from the bottom of the hill, a little further south. So my first time at Pisgah Brewery. Hope I can play something that you enjoy. Play a song from home. Drop $1 in my bowl, it could be good for you. Instant karma, don't you know, I might make a dream come true. I'm just like a sad-eyed wishing well, and the change will do you good. A friend in need, a friend indeed, drop $1 in my bowl. Me and my begging bowl. Now we are everywhere, I know, and you can't give all day. But feast your eyes upon my need, my want is quality. I was straight till 88 and I was left out in the cold. I lost my job, my wife, my life, and I got this begging bowl. Me and my begging bowl. So every day I rise at 5 and I stake my place in town. 50,000 heads a day I plead to help me out. And I hear the rumors going round and I know how cruel you are. Well, I bet he makes $1,000 a day and he drives a Jaguar. Me and my begging bowl. Me and my begging bowl. Thank you. Thanks very much. It's a song called The Begging Bowl, if you didn't pick that up. I'm touring around at the moment promoting the latest record. Another Mile, Another Minute is what that's called. And I know I've got a few familiar faces out there. We just released the second music video. I'd never made one before. We've put a couple out with this record. And this for this song that I'll do for you. This is a song from Melbourne. It's the city that I live in. And it's a tale of a busker, a young man who used to make his living playing music out on the street. And his name was Dave, and he was quite well known. We used to call him Delta Dave. He was a blues guy. And Dave used to ride into town with his bicycle, which would be laden with all this stuff. So he'd have his guitars and things like that. And he used to have a big hamper on the back of the bike, which was filled with sandwiches that he'd make before he left home. And while he was playing his music in the street with his little, guitar case open for people to drop money into, homeless kids, people down on their luck, would come and see him, and he'd make sure they had something to eat, make sure they get through another day. So he was an extraordinary guy, and this is just our tip of the hat to him, and an attempt to tell his story in 3.5 minutes. So I hope you enjoy this. Delta Dave. He tuned up his cheap Stratocaster guitar. He slung it on his back, toting his battery-powered amplifier. He rode his bicycle to Burke Street, and he set up his equipment, playing his blues for survival and to pay the rents. He brought food for the homeless and toys for the children, Delta Dave. He sang songs of Kansas City and sweet home Chicago, so far away. You know, his voice was like a whisper, but his heart was like a mountain, Delta Dave. And he made no judgment on the choices others made. Happy for $1 for the music that he played. He took what he needed and he gave the rest away, Delta Dave. In July of '99, I guess he figured it was time. He took one last ride to that big blues gig in the sky. And the Age ran a story about an angelic man that tried to cure the city's ills with his gypsy blues band. And the helpless and the homeless were his eulogy in chalk on the steps of his stage on the Swanston Street walk. And they venerated his name in the manner of a saint. And if it wasn't too much, it was a little too late, Delta Dave. That's it. Little finger picking thing. My mate Dave was he was a blues guy, so I'd like to do a little blues after that. Hope you don't mind. It's an old Robert Johnson song. I like this whole thing. I got a kind-hearted woman. Do most anything in the world for me. Got a kind-hearted woman. Do most anything in the world for me. But these evil-hearted women just will not let me be. I love my baby. Baby don't love me. I love my baby, ooh. Nah, baby don't love me. What am I gonna do? The way I love that woman, just cannot stand to leave her be. I just about the one thing makes me want to drink forever how you treat me, baby. And I'm beginning to think, oh, baby, my love don't mean nothing. You breaks my heart when you call Mr. So-and-so's name. That's right. I got a kind-hearted woman. She studies evil all the time. Kind-hearted woman. She studies evil all the time. Yeah, wants to kill me, baby. Just to have it on your mind. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I like that stuff too. Well, I'm into all sorts of things. Thank you. Woo. It's classic hits time.
Slowly, he's got two eyeballs, he's one holy roller, he's got hair down to his knees. Got to be a joker, he to do what he please. He wear no shoe shines, he's got dog jam football, he's got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he say, I know you, and you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free and not come together right now over me. Yeah, he back production. He's got Walrus gumboot, he's got all those sideboard, he's one spinal cracker, he's got feet down below his knees. Hold you in his armchair, you can feel his disease. Now come together right now over me, over me. He roller coaster, he's got early warning, he's got muddy water. He want mojo builder, he say one and one and one is three. Got to be good looking, cause it's so hard to see. Now come together right now over me, over me. Come together, come together, come together, come together now, come together, come together now, come together. Come together, I said, come together over me. Ooh, ooh.
I didn't write that one, by the way. There's a nice song in it. It's by an English band that I like. Woo! Thank you, sir. All right, I'm getting a little funk going here.
down in Louisiana, where the alligators grow so mean. There lived a girl, I swear to the world, she made the alligators look tame. Luke said it ain't. Luke said it ain't. Well, everybody said it was a shame, because her mama was working on the chain gang. Every night before supper time, she'd get on down the trumpets, pick her a mess of poke salad, and take it back home in a toast set. Poke salad in it. The gators got you grinning. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Well, everybody said it was a shame, because her mama was working on the chain gang. Daddy was a lazy no count. He claimed he had a bad back, and all the brothers was good for was taking watermelon out and took patch pig said it in it. The gators got your granny, baby. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Well, everybody said it was a shame, because her mama was working on the chain gang.
Thank you. That's a nice song, isn't it? So that's the kind of music I learnt to play guitar from. And I've had the good fortune to tour around the world a little bit, and in particularly the southern states of the US, which is where all this music that I love came from. So there's a song about stopping into a particular restaurant chain, which is particular to this part of the world. So see if you can spot it.
When I woke up this morning, raging fire in my head, splashing water on my face now, shaking whiskey from my brain. Couldn't face my breakfast, baby. Bring me black coffee instead. I'm just searching for a remedy to kill these blues stone dead. See, baby, I wish you were mine. Baby, I wish you were mine.
So the band It's kicked in now.
Used to be an honest man. Now I'm lying to myself. As if this hope wasn't the one you love. Moving on with somebody else. And I got to hit the highway, baby. Give myself some peace of mind. I left my heart at the Waffle House on exit 129. That's right, baby. I wish you were mine, baby. I wish you were mine.
Hey, this is the piano bit. I'll do my best.
Baby, baby, I wish you were mine. Baby, I wish you were mine. Baby, I wish you were mine.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wish you were mine, we call that. So it sounds better with a full orchestra. And yeah, we recorded that with the band. It's on the latest record. You see, Miss Nancy, she happens to have copies of them there. That was quite a coincidence. I said, "Oh, what are you doing there?" She said, "Oh, I'm selling Geoff Achison albums." I said, "Oh, I'm playing Geoff Achison music." Well, how about that? You can listen to that track, you can hear the band, and you can hear me doing 3-part harmonies with myself as well. The magic of the recording studio. What did we get up to here? Now, I didn't always do this for a living. Many, many years ago, I had a job. And I used to work in a plastics factory. Actually, it wasn't a bad gig. I did it for a couple of years. We used to make car components, windshield washer bottles, and little nodules that squirt the water up onto the windshield, all those sorts of things. And I used to work on the blow molder. Not being rude, that's what it's called. Extrusion molding. And make about, I don't know, 150, 200 windshield washer bottles a day. So they were long days. But to get through, I used to listen to all the machines on the factory floor. And as the machines would go through their cycles, if you tuned into it, sometimes you could hear the rhythm. Get 2 or 3 machines get into sync with each other. So I'd listen to that and make up funky little songs while I was working. And my bosses actually noticed this talent that I had, and they called me into the office and suggested I do something else with the rest of my life. But here I am. Pisgah Brewery. This is a song about the factory.
Hey, hey, isn't this great? We could do it in half the time. We can oust them grim-faced dull blue collars on the old hat assembly line that ain't got no union. The Holy Communion, it can work 7 days in the week. It's got the best yet consequential earning potential, and we got it second hand for steel. Isn't this great? Nobody's on the factory floor. We just got one guy on it, keeping his eye on it. Doesn't even know what his floor, as a matter of fact. He's got a room out the back with his fridge and his cable TV. And his only function is to monitor production and to give a thing a bit of a clean. Amazing apparatus. It's the latest and the greatest. You can't make the payment monthly, so don't you worry about the money. You can't afford not to buy one, buddy. Whoa, whoa, look at it go. Can pop 'em out 6 at a round. When you hear that buzzing, there's another half dozen, and I don't ever wanna slow down. It's so satisfying. See the world bound and they don't stay long in the shelf. And there's no pretense that it makes any sense, cause it only makes more of itself. Amazing apparatus. It's the latest and the greatest. You can't make the payment monthly, so don't you worry about the money. You can't afford not to buy one, buddy. Amazing apparatus. You can't make the payment monthly. Don't you worry about the money. You can't afford not to buy one, buddy. You can't afford not to buy one, buddy. You can't afford not to buy one. Like that. Thank you. Look at that. My brass drop broke in the middle of that. But I carried on. All right, I gotta put this back together now. I shouldn't have done that. Doodle doodle doo. What do we do here? I've paid a couple of visits to Tryon in North Carolina. There's a lovely little theatre down there that we like to play. And actually got to know the local guitar builder, a guy called Jay Lichty, builds guitars down in Tryon. And he actually built this guitar. That's what that big L on the headstock is all about. Yeah, so this is a guitar from beautiful North Carolina. Yeah. Yes! Look at that. Handcrafted. Just down the road there. And I just love it. And this song is a song that I heard one of the most talented women in the world first perform, and I loved it so much I wanted to learn how to play it. So I hope you enjoy this rendition of it. everything must change. There's nothing remains the same. Everyone must change. There's no one and nothing stays the same. You're young, becoming old. Mysteries do unfold. That's the way of time. There's no one and nothing stays the same. Now there is so little in your life, you can be sure. Except the rain comes from the clouds, sunshine from the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. You're young, becoming old. Mysteries do unfold. That's the way of time. There's no one and nothing stays the same. Now there is so little in your life that you can be sure. Except the rain comes from the clouds and the sunshine from the sky, and the hummingbirds to fly, and everything must change. Everything must change. Everything must change.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nina Simone. It's a version on her Baltimore album. It just makes me weep every time I hear it. What am I doing here? Atmospheric pressure is messing with the guitar. All right, what can we do here? I know what you're thinking. What's he doing here? This is North Carolina. He's from Australia. He's a long way from home. How did that happen? How did that happen? So I did my first visit over to the United States in the mid-1990s. And it was our local blues music appreciation society who made that possible. The Melbourne Blues Appreciation Society sent me over to Memphis, Tennessee. It's all right. I wanted to go. He grabbed me off the street and tied me up. And it was to represent Melbourne at the International Blues Challenge, which is still a thing. It still happens every year. The Memphis Blues Foundation put this on. The International Blues Challenge. And a big deal for someone from the other side of the world to have a chance to go over and play. So we have a wonderful blues society in Melbourne. And you might not think it, but there's a big blues and root scene, and we got a big country music scene. We got, whatever you all got over here, we got it down there, but sort of our version of it, and we look look at the United States and we think this is where all this wonderful music has come from. So all of us have always just been jonesing to come over here and see the music up close and getting the chance to play with musicians over here. And I was talking to someone in an interview recently, and he asked, what was it about American blues and other associated music that got me interested in it. And I think it's the freedom of spirit that's in it. There's a freedom to the music that is rarely found in other music forms. And quite often you lay down a theme and then you sort of improvise on it, and every time you perform the song or whatever piece you're doing, it's a little bit different every time. And you can just make things up on the spot as well. So that's what I love about it. Self-expression. And so this was my very first attempt to play, to write a blues song. And I had a very fine mentor, a man who was from Holland, of all places, but he was a great blues man. And I was in his band, but I used to pick his brain about music. And one of the things he said to me, if I wanted to be a musician, he said, play what you know, sing about what you know. So this first song, when I was a young man and all I wanted to do was be a blues guitar player, that was all I knew. So this is a song about a young man and all he wants to do is be a blues guitar player. All right? And this is a song I played in Memphis when I went there all those years ago. Don't play guitar, boy. Don't you for the stars now. 'Cause it ain't worth the trouble when your guitar is a shovel that digs your grave. Well, you wanna play every night just to follow your dream. And play that blues music, you wanna hear the people scream. They're sneaking through the back sometimes. Your bossy might rip you off, make you play real late. So you can't hold down no jumps. Don't play guitar, boy. Don't you for the stars, boy. That guitar that you play, it just might wind up the spade that digs your grave. Might have heard about Robert Johnson. He's a blues man, used to carry that guitar around. If he never played that music, he might have just stuck around. Take your man Jimi Hendrix, yeah, well sure he played real hot, but he'll never know just how famous he got. Don't play guitar, boy. Don't you for the stars on that. That guitar that you play, it just might wind up the spade that digs your grave. I didn't listen.
Well, I said, man, I love this music like nothing I know. It's in my system and it flows through my bones. I could spend my life just a paying off some bank, ever working 9 to 5. I'm gonna tell you no thanks. I play guitar, man, like this, like this. Shoot for the stars, baby. And this guitar that I use is gonna play these blues until I die. This guitar that I use. This guitar that I use is gonna play these blues until I die. Look out.
Thank you. All right. So it's true. It was a little bit of a struggle to get going. So I grew up in a small town in central Victoria, which is the southern state, one of the southern states in Australia. And my dad was the local station master at the railroad station. So we got to live in the railroad station, which was great. It was pretty cool. It's a beautiful old bluestone building, 2-story building. And the thing with this house was there was no basement and there was no attic. But there was an old wooden stairwell. And underneath the stairwell was this space, which was used as a closet. There's a big space under there. And so all the family junk and everything was under there. So as a young boy, every now and again, if I had not much else to do, I might go into the closet under the stairs and just rummage around and just look for stuff, you know. And one of the things that was in there was this old guitar that was hanging on a hook in there. And so I found the old guitar. So it was great fun to go in there and just kind of mess with the guitar. And the more I did it, the more I started to sort of get to know the sounds of it. And I'd sit down. And I still remember the first song I wrote. It went like this. Guitar had 4 strings on it. So it went. See, I wrote that, right, when I was like 9, right? So that's what I did. I didn't know how to do it, but I still remember that they were the first sounds that I picked out on the guitar. And I'm messing around with the guitar, and I remember this very, very clearly. I remember this moment. I was in the dark, in the closet, by myself with the guitar, and then there was a moment. All of a sudden, I was bathed in light. And I could see the guitar, and I could see what I was doing on the fretboard. And it was because my dad had heard me, and he'd opened the door, and he was standing there with the door open. And he's looking at me like this. And I'm like this. And he's like this. And he looked at me like this for about a week. And eventually he said, "Do you want to learn to play that?" And of course I said, "No." But he sent me along to a bloke that he met, it was $1 a lesson, and he showed me how to tune it up and how to form chords and things like that. And that sort of got me going. I got my hands around some chords, and I was on my way. This is another early song that I wrote.
So how you doing, baby? It's been a long time. When you're changing for the better now, and honey, don't you look fine? So you've been working out, cut out your cigarettes, and you're getting high. You took a cruise on the ocean. Yeah, I bet you've seen all the eyes. Well, someone's got you smiling now, and I bet he's a money-making man. And I hear you're getting married, yeah, and honey, how about that? Me, well, honey, I ain't changed. Just still breaking up all my toys. And I've been kissing angels, making them cry. Well, I wouldn't call it romance, I guess it just ain't the way it feels. But I've been seeing this girl just lately, and sure she might just be good for me. But I ain't seen her since Tuesday. I got so drunk I don't remember why. I've been kissing angels, I'm making them cry. Well, sure, I know that I never had that much to say, but it's sure good to see you, honey, oh, by the way. Just can't live without you, baby. Just can't live without you, baby. Can't live without you. And honey, I still ain't sleeping, just still haunted by days gone by. And I've been kissing angels, you can come around anytime, I won't ever turn you away. Guess you can tell me about your new man now, but honey, please don't say his name. So I guess I've got the good life now. Maybe I can do as I please at night. And I've been kissing angels, making them cry. And I've been kissing angels, just can't live without you, baby.
Thank you. Okay, I wrote that a long time ago. I'm all right now. Okay, everything's okay now. Yeah. So it's great to be playing acoustic guitar for you all. I do a lot of these gigs where it's just me up on stage by myself, and I just do the best I can. But of course I play in a band as well. I like to play electric guitar, and with most of the gigs we've done on this little tour so far have been with the group. So this is my first full solo gig, and I do like to do this sort of thing. But it is a very different way of playing, because you kind of got to do all the chords and the bass and the all the tricky, flashy bits all at once. So it's a very different way of playing, but it's great to do. But yeah, of course, all I was interested in once I got into the guitar. Now, I grew up in the 1970s when to be an electric guitar player was probably the coolest possible thing you could be. Right? and all the kids knew it. That's what we thought. It's changed a little bit now. So my son's into skateboarding, and of course, if you can kick a ball straight, that's the thing, and that's cool. Yeah, but I think I'm very, very blessed, very lucky. I think this is the greatest job in the world. But I got that old acoustic guitar, like my dad got me going on that, and that was fine. But all I wanted was an electric guitar. That was all I but like the guys on the TV we used to watch every Sunday night. We had a show called Countdown, which is probably the equivalent of what you have over here, American Bandstand or Solid Gold, those sorts of things. And that was Angus Young, very young Angus Young, AC/DC. They were on nearly every week. So I wanted one of those guitars. And my mum and dad, they had actually we'd made this deal. If I could learn to play Rebel Rouser by Dwayne Eddy. You know that song? That one. That one like that, right? So I eventually learned it and I played it for him. And the deal was electric guitar. I could get an electric if I could play that electric. I think that was the only electric guitar song they knew. But I learnt that, and so I don't know, what was it? Christmas 1976, something like that. I figure electric guitar is coming my way, and all us kids bounded downstairs at 5 o'clock on Christmas morning. And underneath the Christmas tree is paper going everywhere, and kids getting all this groovy stuff that they were looking for. But I couldn't see the electric guitar. I'm just like, where's the electric guitar? I'm getting an electric. I can't see the electric. Where's the electric? Eventually, my dad must have seen I was distressed. He'd come over, and he had this box like this. It's like that was about that big. And I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, I ain't going to get an electric guitar in there. Maybe it's an electric guitar kit. Right? So anyway, so I opened it up, and it was this sort of black, shiny box, and had, I don't know, like I didn't know what it was. It had knobs on the top. I had no idea. Was this a radio or whatever? And my dad said, well, that's an amplifier. And I didn't know anything. I said, well, what's an amplifier? He said, well, the bloke at the shop said an electric guitar's no good without an amplifier. I'm like, cool. So that must mean there's an electric guitar coming as well. So I'm still looking for the electric guitar, and my dad's come up again, and there's a second present, and it was about this big. Right? So I'm like, all right, what's that? So I opened that up, and it was like these wires and stuff. And I said, well, what's this? And he said, well, that's an adhesive pickup. I said, what's an adhesive pickup? He said, well, we couldn't afford an electric guitar and an amplifier. But this adhesive pickup, like a contact pickup, like you'd add this little sticky stuff on. You put the sticky stuff on the surface of your acoustic guitar, plug that into the amplifier, and turn it up. And the bloke at the shop said it's just the same as having an electric guitar. Of course, I'm like, it's awesome. That's great. I still have the pickup. Yeah, I still have the pickup. Tucked away in a box somewhere. My mum still has the original guitar. It was her guitar. She still has that. So anyway, so that's cool. But anyway, I had to stick with the acoustic guitar for a while longer. But I do songs like this every now and again, which is actually supposed to be played with electric guitars. And I guess because I spent so long, it took a while for me to get the electric. So anyway, let's see how we go with this on the acoustic guitar. It's one of the greatest songs ever written.
I've been run down, and Lord, I've been lied to. And I don't know why I let that woman, she made me out to be a fool, and she took all my money, and she wrecked my new car. And now she's with one of my good time buddies, drinking in some cross-town bar. Sometimes I feel I've been tied to the whipping post, tears in my eyes. I've been tied to the whipping post, and good Lord, you know I feel like I'm dying. They tell me, yeah, you've been such a fool, and I've got to stand there and take it. And the awful loving you, sometimes I drown myself in sorrow, and baby, look what you've done. Yeah, but nothing seems to change, you know, the bad times stay the same, and baby, I can't run. Sometimes I feel, yeah, but sometimes to the whipping post, just can't shake a girl. I've been tied to the whipping post, and good Lord, you know I feel like I'm dying. Sometimes I feel, baby, sometimes like I've been tied to the whipping post, just can't shake a girl. I've been tied to the whipping post, girl. I feel like dying.
Oh, that feels good. Hey, thanks everybody. I've decided to give you all a break. So you can go to the bathroom if you need, or go out and check the tyres, whatever you need to do. Food truck out there if you need something to eat. Do say hi to the lovely Miss Nancy. Wish her a happy birthday. All right. Nancy has all sorts of the brand new album. There's all sorts of other albums. If you're not into CDs, we've actually got it's a little USB stick, which has got the complete collection of stuff. What's on there? Like hours and hours and hours of music, right? Days of music. Every release that I've done, we've got something like 5 CDs in the box, but there's actually 18 I've done over many years. But they're all on there if you're into that. And there's even a little postcard just with my details on there. If you don't want to get anything today, but you want to go back and check it out on the internet, grab one of those, because I know what you'll do. You'll go home, you'll go, oh, it was Greg, what was his name? Greg Anderson or something. It was a fun, Geoff or something. Anyway, grab one of those. Or just come and say good day, because I'm a friendly chap and a bit lonely. See you in a minute. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm coming back. Another set. It's going to be different songs and everything.